Is that all the general announcements? Alright then, we're moving on to formal proposals. And keep in mind, formal proposals are specifically for things that require consensus of everyone involved. It was decided last GA meeting that if you were to make a formal proposal, that we have people that are dedicated to carrying out each proposal. Does anyone have a formal proposal to bring to the table?
I have a proposal.
I have a proposal.
That future proposals. First, I'd like to explain the reasoning. I recognized before. That we have had confusion. When a proposal is brought up. Therefore, I would like to make a proposal. That future proposals. Are put on the central billboard. First, with the proposal itself. And with any reasonings behind it. At least 2 hours before GA. And hopefully, the person to propose it is there 30 minutes before. To explain anything. That's my proposal.
Alright, now, if we could just gauge general interest in this proposal with hands. That is, is there anyone openly against this proposal? Yeah, right? Is there opposition to this proposal? Or opposition to considering this proposal, right? Alright. Then, since no one is opposed to considering, with those who are opposed to the proposal, would you like to take the second on that? Please explain reason.
I think GA time is the time when we should discuss it, not before GA, although I do agree that it would be definitely helpful for proposals to be posted beforehand.
Alright, he says that GA is the time to discuss proposals, and that they should be decided, GA is the time to discuss proposals, and that they shouldn't be formulated beforehand, basically.
No, I don't think someone should be required to be here beforehand to discuss it, because they're coming to GA to discuss it.
Right. So it would exclude people that couldn't be here before GA.
Exactly.
All right. Understood. Any other?
I just got here 15 minutes late. It missed some things that I might have wanted to propose upon. Maybe we can fix that. By exchanging numbers with people who are going to be here earlier on in the day.
Well, I feel we should build a web.
Well, that seems like a separate proposal that you might want to bring up in informal proposals later. But does anyone have anything?
Oftentimes at GA, someone will bring forth a proposal and the assembly will work with it and change it to be something that's different than what was initially brought forward. So if we had like a drafted version of a proposal up there 2 hours prior, it might be like some people, and it'll like already cement that idea in their minds.
So what he was saying was that if we had the proposals that we bring in GA are created with everyone in our consensus model, and if we had the proposals pre-written beforehand, then we wouldn't have the active community participation between everyone at the GA. Alright.
Right here.
Yes, that would just be for the proposal itself. Any amendments can be proposed as per usual.
I just feel that the creation of a list requires this because of the set of respect towards the individual's comments. It's exclusionary to create a list prior to the event because people would feel a little bit shoved out of the name. Because lists automatically create a list feature where you have to like go in order and pick each one separately. Throw out the list. Just strictly respect those business laws. I feel like it's a less exclusionary model.
So it's
Fine. We got one more.
How about an idea board?
Yes.
so is anyone?
I think just what we're doing here is kind of hashing out his idea, which is what we usually do. So possibly, if you'd be okay with it, maybe like a suggestion board, idea box. I reversed that, sorry, but those things, just something to get some ideas flowing so people can think and have some ideas before we come here. Nothing concrete, not really set up what we're doing or anything, but just have some ideas. Like if you want to bring something up, maybe one of us can bring it up for you, especially if you don't want to talk in front of everybody. But suggestion boxes and idea boards.
So I think what you're suggesting is we can have we can have people post their proposal ideas on the board,
Yes.
but we don't need to make proposals brought up in GA exclusive to ideas listed on that board.
If it's not on the board, maybe it could be an informal one, and if it is, it could be a formal. I don't really think we need to set a really requirement for it, but it'd be a good idea to put them on the board. I don't think we need to limit it to only being the ones on the board.
What's the need for changing the way we were doing it? I thought everything was going to be okay.
I just noticed that. Oh, was there another?
Mike,
response?
Point of process. Facilitation team should refrain from exercising their opinions during GA.
The reason I bring it up is that I remember there was a couple of GAs where we just got bogged down in talking about the proposal, and I think that would be helped if there was some awareness of what we were going to be proposing beforehand.
Hello, my name's Silver. What Richmond City Council does is they introduce legislation, and then it goes to a committee, and then what happens is a piece of legislation is introduced at one meeting, and then it's voted upon at the next meeting. Is there any reason why we need to be able to pass essentially what are our laws? Is there any reason we need to pass our proposals the same day that they're introduced? I think it would be kind of nice to have 24 hours to review the legislation that's being proposed, and then people can hash it out during the next day, and then it could be voted upon the next night. People would have more of an idea what was being proposed. Just an idea.
We have one right here.
I like that idea, but I would suggest that we still give for something extremely important, like we found out the lawn committee is coming tomorrow to take care of the stuff. We still give time.
City Council also has a process called expedited resolutions, and that maybe we could do that if the majority of people say this is something we need to address tonight. We're going to expedite it, and we're going to bring it up tonight and vote on it tonight. So we could incorporate something like that also.
Right now we're talking about like a shift in the like entire consensus model that we're talking about right now. And just to clarify for everyone, we already do have methods to table things for further meetings that can be brought up later, making sure that that's understood by everybody. But at this meeting, I don't believe, I believe it was established at a former GA that we needed about I don't think we have the amount to change the process in that, in the amount of, the amount of.
I'd like to suggest that perhaps the way to move things forward more consistently in GAs is not to write things out ahead of time, but to table things when it's clear that there is a consensus.
Okay. In light of what you have said, I would like to change my proposal that any non-emergency or non-same day necessary proposals are automatically tabled, and that in order to not table them, there must be a vote.
Could you repeat that?
I'm not sure how to put it better.
Yeah, mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check!
I propose that any non-emergency proposals or any proposals that are not required action of the same day are automatically tabled after a couple of after introduction and a couple of voices raised on it.
After introduction, a couple of voices raised on it.
How's that sound?
How's that sound?
Somebody doesn't.
We got clarification. Mic check. Mic check! Isn't that the point?
Isn't that the point?
Of the informal proposals? Section of the meeting?
Section of the meeting.
Require mic check. The thing about the emergency proposal is sensible in some way. I'm just wondering what the problem is. Well, who decides whether or not it's emergency or not?
The majority, or consensus, modified consensus.
I think maybe another sensible idea is to move this forward.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
I think another way to move things forward
Would be
to have time limits.
On
each proposal. The GA can vote. To extend conversation.
If need be.
But automatically table anything.
That
can't be resolved within say 5 minutes.
In light of that comment, it seems to me that we have brought up what the original proposal has been changed in so many ways and so many ideas have come about that we would be best served if we table this idea right now and discuss this amongst ourselves after the GA meeting, and we brought up new ideas at a later time. All right, that seems right. All right. Any other formal proposals? Go ahead.
Regarding the city council liaisons, which we decided upon at yesterday evening's GA, and voted upon three people. That would hold the position for the next month. With elections to follow after that for replacements. It has since come to my understanding or clarity. That maybe at least one of these three positions should be staggered. So that we don't have three people doing it for a month, abruptly stopping, and then having a new group come on. By staggering at least one position, that person could help the transition. I wish I had this constructed better, Understand this constructed
I
better.
apologize for that.
But I think it's relevant.
I think it's relevant.
What if you have all three staggered?
Possible.
Yeah.
Instead of 2 out, 1 in.
10-day period of time.
All right. If I could just gauge like interest in this proposal right quick. All right. Yeah. So we'll take Stag. More comments on it.
The only thing that I'd suggest is anytime that we create a sort of hierarchy within a working group, I would sort of want to make sure that we really want to do that. And when we create different time or different durations of office holding, basically, I think that's kind of what we might be doing, or we might be creating a situation where that could come about. And that should be cause for concern because it kind of flies in the face of everything we're trying to do here.
I'm not trying to suggest different durations. However, at the beginning, that would be necessary to create the stagger.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right, kind of.
Maybe every 10 days you elect somebody. Somebody's out, somebody's in. Every 10 days, somebody else gets elected.
Except it'd have to be a longer time period because city council meetings are once every 2 weeks.
That part doesn't matter.
Before we go,
What was that?
just saying.
Any
I don't know
other?
that that part matters because they'll be talking on a regular basis. There'll be one consistent person, whatever transition. But every 10 days, some fresh face comes in and one goes out.
By the way, what he said was that since city council, since there would be in near constant communication with city council, it wouldn't necessarily matter if it was during, like the 2-week period that they convene, or during the every 2-week period that they convene. So, yeah.
I feel that if a diversity of people show their faces representing the occupation, then that looks great for us in the face of the city.
I think that one of the reasons that they asked for this council to be created is so they see a little bit of continuity, so they don't see new people every single time, so they don't have to constantly reintroduce themselves. I think that's a good argument for staggering the placement of individuals.
What he said was, he believed that one of the reasons that they asked that this committee be created is so that we could have, that they wouldn't need to meet a new face and that they could have some continuity and it would be easier for them.
Sorry to be talking so much. The reason they want that is because they work a different way than we do. They're asking us to be more like them. Maybe that's the right thing to do. Maybe we do need to have a continuous contact with them. Maybe that's in our best interest, but we need to make sure that we think of this through.
So, yeah.
In the interest of thinking it through, maybe we should table this until tomorrow.
Just about to say that, yeah.
These are proposals, not discussions.
Yeah, so, all in favor of tabling? Alright.
Mic check.
Mic check.
This is a formal proposal
This is a formal proposal
that the Welcome Committee
that the Welcome Committee
can get together
can get together
and assign somebody
and assign somebody
before each GA
before each GA
that could wander
that could wander
or do loops
or do loops
and meet people
and meet people
that are walking in during
that
this,
are walking in during this,
kind of explain things to them
and explain things to them
so they don't feel left out.
so they don't feel left out.
And it's a good way to bring more people in.
It's a good way to bring more people in.
We gauge interest? Okay, Welcome Committee, get on it. Is that a proposal? That's pretty good.
That was more of an informal proposal.
Okay.
Any other formal proposals? No? And I would, yes?
I think I would like to change the wording of whatever proposal formed this council liaison committee to make it that the committee that liaises with council would be expanded to liaise with all city officials that may deal with except the police, which we already have liaison for. Because I'm not sure how important this council will act regarding us, but there's Department of Parks, there's a bicycle department, there's all kinds of city departments that actually might be more relevant to liaise with than city council. And so I'd like for a liaison committee to have that as their charge, as their position, as well as just city council.
Point of clarification?
And sorry for this, but is it important that the GA specifically authorize them to do this to you? Do you see this as important?
Well, I don't know if a council liaison can go and talk to the Department of Parks like
Why
what
not?
was said.
Why not?
Because they're called the city council liaison.
I would say, respond, I would say if there isn't a particular liaison designated, any of us can talk to them. So I don't see what the big, personally I don't see what the big deal is if they get it. But
So, just general gauging of interest of, no. Alright, so that's tabled for now. And, if there are no more formal proposals, I encourage everyone that has, after this GA meeting, or just look around you, recognize the faces that spoke. If you have thoughts about this city council liaison, speak with each other, formulate ideas, and even put them up on the board, like we have, as the idea we've been pretty conducive to. Alright, and now we're moving on to informal proposals.